Role of Women in Islam. Part 2. Quranic Teachings on the Role of Women in Islam. 1. Equal Spiritual Status. Quranic Teaching. And their Lord responded to them, "Never will I allow to be lost the work of any worker among you, whether male or female, you are of one another." Surah Al-Imran, 3:195. Expanded explanation. This verse underscores the equal spiritual status of men and women in the eyes of Allah. It emphasizes that both genders share the same ultimate purpose, to worship and serve Allah. The verse rejects any notion of spiritual hierarchy based on gender and reinforces the notion of collective responsibility in faith. 2. Dignity and respect. Quranic teaching. O mankind, we have created you from a male and a female, and made you into nations and tribes, that you may know one another. Verily, the most honorable of you with Allah is the one who has the most taqwa, piety, righteousness, fear of Allah. Surah Al-Hujurat 49:13. Expanded explanation. This verse highlights the principle of human equality, emphasizing that distinctions based on gender, ethnicity, or social status are not criteria for superiority. The true measure of honor lies in piety and righteousness. It establishes the foundation for treating each individual with dignity and respect, irrespective of gender. 3. Economic rights. Quranic teaching. And for women are rights over men similar to those of men over women. Surah Al-Baqarah 2:28. Expanded explanation. This verse acknowledges the mutual rights and responsibilities between men and women, emphasizing equity in economic matters. It rejects the notion of gender-based discrimination in financial affairs, and lays the groundwork for the fair treatment of women in matters of inheritance, property, and financial transactions. 4. Educational opportunities. Quranic teaching. Read in the name of your Lord who created man from a clot, a piece of thick coagulated blood. Read, and your Lord is the most generous. Surah Al-Alaq 96:13. Expanded explanation. These verses emphasize the importance of knowledge and education, addressing both men and women. The command to read is not restricted by gender, promoting a culture of learning and intellectual growth. It serves as an encouragement for women to seek knowledge and engage in educational pursuits. 5. Participation in social and economic affairs. Quranic teaching. And the believers, men and women, are protecting friends one of another. They enjoin the right and forbid the wrong, and they establish worship, and they pay the poor due, and they obey Allah and His Messenger. As for these, Allah will have mercy on them. Lo, Allah is mighty, wise. Surah At-Tawbah 9:71. Expanded explanation. This verse emphasizes the collective responsibility of believers, both men and women, in promoting righteousness and justice within society. It underscores the active participation of women in social, economic, and religious affairs, debunking any notion that women should be excluded from public life. 6. Protection of rights. Quranic teaching. O you who have believed, you are forbidden to inherit women against their will, and do not make difficulties for them in order to take back part of what you gave them unless they commit a clear immorality, and live with them in kindness. For if you dislike them, perhaps you dislike a thing, and Allah makes therein much good. Surah An-Nisa 4:19. Expanded explanation. This verse addresses the issue of inheritance and highlights the prohibition of forcing women into inheritance against their will. It emphasizes the importance of treating women with kindness, ensuring their financial rights, and discourages any unjust actions in matters of inheritance. 7. Maternal status. Quranic teaching. And we have enjoined upon man, to his parents, good treatment. His mother carried him with hardship and gave birth to him with hardship, and his gestation and weaning period is 30 months. He grows until, when he reaches maturity and reaches the age of 40 years, he says, "My Lord, enable me to be grateful for your favor which you have bestowed upon me and upon my parents, and to work righteousness, of which you will approve and make righteous for me my offspring. Indeed, I have repented to you, and indeed I am of the Muslims." Surah Al-Ahqaf 46:15. Expanded explanation. This verse emphasizes the significant role of mothers in the upbringing of children, and stresses the need for gratitude and kindness towards parents, especially mothers who undergo hardship during pregnancy and childbirth. It establishes the importance of recognizing and respecting the maternal status in Islamic teachings. 8. Respect in marital relationships. Quranic teaching. "And of his signs is that he created for you from yourselves mates that you may find tranquility in them, and he placed between you affection and mercy. Indeed, in that are signs for a people who give thought." Surah Ar-Rum 30:21. Expanded explanation. This verse highlights the divine wisdom in creating the institution of marriage, emphasizing the concepts of tranquility, affection, and mercy between spouses. It establishes the foundation for mutual respect, companionship, and support within the marital relationship. These Quranic teachings provide a comprehensive framework for understanding the role of women in Islam, emphasizing equality, dignity, and rights in various aspects of life. The verses reflect a comprehensive approach to gender relations within the Islamic paradigm, promoting justice, compassion, and mutual cooperation between men and women.